8 ways your camp is missing out on the 2023 tech revolution. Everything has undergone a transformation as a result of the internet, including even how we interact and order food. However, if you're still using online technologies from the 1990s and early 2000s, your camp is missing out on all of this. That's why I'm here to help. I've compiled a list of ways that not adopting new technology in the last 5 years is holding back your camp from reaching its full potential. 1. You are not getting new campers. How do we define new? We look at it through the lens of repeatability. Is this camper in your network, or are they only connected through a middle party? How would they hear about you if they attended previously and may be interested about when signups occur next year? In order to maintain a thriving, expanding camp, new campers are equally as necessary as those awesome third-time returners. Additionally, welcoming new campers necessitates trying novel approaches and doing things differently. Social media is just one avenue to leverage, but there are so many more ways to get your information to the audience who want it most and love camps. Attention is more valuable than ever, and valuable content attracts attention. This is why TikTok has absolutely soared in the younger generation. Maybe it's time to try out something new. 2. You are not tracking the source of your campers. In order to identify who is new, you first have to track where anyone is coming from. The point is to execute, not to get a general sense of where people are coming from, but to be able to translate that to what areas of marketing are working and which ones are falling short. 3. You are not tracking your website performance. It's like running a business without knowing how well it's doing. To make matters worse, traditional analytics tools only give limited information about how visitors engage with the website, which is why we introduce data visualizations that show exactly how people are interacting at any given moment, and much more. There are a lot of things you can't tell from your website. You don't know how many people visit your site, what they do once they arrive, where they came from, and how long they stay. In short, you have no idea if the investment in your website is paying off or not. 4. You're not saving money on staff time. Your employees are your most valuable resource, but lack of direction and confusion could cost you thousands every year. For example, if a customer wants assistance with an online form and has to wait even 15 minutes before reaching someone who can help them, they may decide against doing business with your program because of the delay. You don't have time for that kind of loss in revenue. Consider automating these processes so customers can interact directly online instead of waiting on hold for an hour before getting through to someone who might not be in the best position to help anyway because they are overloaded, overworked, and may not know the answer, and then often having to repeat it all over and explain everything over again to the next customer. 5. You are not attracting campers who can afford it. While it's important to attract campers from all backgrounds and needs, scholarships are always a huge blessing to so many. Camps must operate on a budget, and customers have to pay for the awesome value and adventures that you add to their lives. You are offering them food, care, games, and accommodations, often for an entire week. A ton of resources, time, and love go into what you do. You may be wondering how to consider this. Here's the criteria. Families are willing to pay an equitable rate for your offering. Families have income that can be allocated to this type of activity. Expenses are important when it comes to management and operations. Camp is about adventure and exploration, but unfortunately bills, repairs, and updates still have to be made to keep everyone safe and everything enjoyable for years to come. 6. You are not saving money on registration fees. The only thing better than registering for most events online is paying less for that same event. A few years ago, we made the switch from paper to digital registration, and it was one of the best decisions we've ever made. Now it is time to go from online to mobile, and personalization tools of mobile change the game for you and your team. Now there are no more staff members sitting at their desks typing out repetitive emails. It has allowed us to free up time so we can focus on other aspects of our business, such as marketing and growth strategies. In addition to saving our staff time, we have also saved money in a variety of areas, including reduction in rejected payments, increased visibility, improved analytics, better feedback. 7. You do not have a system in place, or parts are still done on paper. It's an unfortunate truth that many families are still using checks, paper forms, and mailing their money into you. While this may seem functional and comfortable, it is an outdated way of doing business that needs to be phased out if you want your campers and their families to benefit from the internet revolution. 8. Your office staff is spending way too many hours on registrations, following up with families, and chasing partially completed forms. For those of us in the camp industry, it's easy to get swept up in how many complicated software options there are and how innovative they are. And so it always begs the question we should be asking. Is this truly an improvement over what we're already doing? For example, when I talk with camps about their electronic forms and registration processes, one of the first things they say is that they already have something that works without even looking into how a different direction could improve what they do significantly. Machine learning has changed the game in the last 3 years. If your tools aren't leveraging this, you are already falling behind. That's right, a smart system won't ask you to fill out everything all over again. If you're still wasting time and money on outdated systems, then it's time to move forward. It's time to embrace the next generation of tech. In conclusion, not adopting new technology may be holding your camp back, and here is how. First, you may not be getting new campers or tracking the source of your current campers, making it difficult to understand what marketing efforts are effective. Next, if you are not tracking your website performance or saving money on staff time, you may be losing potential business and incurring unnecessary costs. Furthermore, you may not be attracting campers who can afford your programs. Lastly, you may be missing out on opportunities for collaboration and partnerships, as well as the ability to collect and analyze data to make informed decisions about your camp. Thanks for watching.